What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Show. My name's AJ Gills. How y'all doing?
Scholar, but beware, he's also a politician, with words covered in honey but as dangerous as my weapons.
We rarely bow down on our ships. I hope I will not embarrass you.
What was I saying? Yeah, we're back with GreedFall. You know what? Instead of actually bringing Vasco with us, I'm actually going to bring Ciora, because I think that would be a little bit more interesting for the dialogue. Oops, I forgot that's not Sprint. Sprint is with X. So we are currently inside the city of Hikmet, which is the kind of the capital city for, I'm trying to remember what they are, Al-Sad. Yeah, the bridge lines. There we go. Not sure where Al-Sad showed up. Why that was in my brain. Either way, I'm trying to find my... Can I get the... There we go. I want the local map. Okay. I took a wrong turn. That's why. That's the problem. Sorry, as I was saying, we are going to be doing pretty much some main stuff for a little bit, because I feel like I really spent a long time just doing side missions and whatnot, so I thought it was about time that we take a look at stuff here. Alright, so first things first, Vasco, oops, is getting pulled, Ciora's getting put in. There we go. Wow, I can't believe I got lost. Yeah, Al-Sad City Square. There we go. Okay, that's why I saw Al-Sad, and that was stuck in my head. Yes, this we're meeting with the governor of the Bridge Alliance here on Tier 4D, and then we're going to head over and speak to the Ptolemy leader as well. I believe we're trying to get information on the Malachor, which is the... I originally... I thought it was that splotch on the side of the main character's neck, but it's the plague that's affecting the people. I'm still not sure what the splotch on the character's neck is. Because, I mean, clearly he's got some sort of connection to Tier 4D. And also, sadly, this throne room or this building is basically the same as the embassy or capital building, what have you, that we had in New Serene.
Your Excellence, it is an honor to meet you. Allow me to present my sincerest regards in the name of the Congregation of Merchants.
And allow me to wish you and your cousin a warm welcome to the island, in the hopes that this visit will help prolong the profitable relations between our two nations.
Likewise. Nevertheless, another question brings me. The Malachor. The Prince d'Orsay hopes that these new shores will bring us new possibilities. Even a remedy.
It is an area that concerns us greatly, but be assured we are studying it acutely. Our doctors and alchemists are particularly interested in the flora of the Isle. It's extremely varied and different from our own. In fact, we have sent a group of explorers into a very promising sector. Alas, we've had no news from them for quite some time now. We are hoping that nothing has happened. We would have sent a patrol to investigate, but we cruelly lack the means to do so. The natives have proven aggressive, even hostile to our studies, and have attacked us regularly.
You asked the question why. You steal our lands, gouging the earth in sacred places, and now our people are disappearing. It's enough to drive one to unsheath a blade. Do you not agree?
Okay, so we can take her side. You know what? I'm gonna kind of play the middle here.
I understand how you feel, but this isn't the right time.
I am sorry. You are right. My apologies, Your Excellence. Continue, please.
Yes. As I was saying, we are obligated to maintain all of our able-bodied men here in order to protect the city. But we would be happy to share with you the results of our research if...
Your Excellency.
This insolent interruption is untimely and unwelcome.
I deeply regret, Excellency, but one of our frontier posts has just suffered a brutal attack.
Report then and be precise.
The natives attacked us by surprise. Our men were massacred. Our frontier post is lost.
One more act of barbarity. Dismissed, soldier. Where was I? Yes, we would be most pleased to share our discoveries with our ally if your cousin would send us a party to help us find our lost expedition. I could show you to which region they were sent.
I thank you for the information and will let him know.
If you are of a mind to accord me another request, I would be truly grateful.
I'm listening.
As you have not failed to observe, our troops, as well as our caravans, have been suffering incessant attacks. The merchants, including your own, are raided, often killed, and certain goods have become scarce. Captain Rainhild, who commands our outpost in the plains, has communicated his incapacity to protect them. Considering that certain of your own fellow countrymen are involved.
You would like me to lend a hand? I will see what I can do, Your Excellency.
Would you like to speak with me about any other subjects?
Alright, let's see what we can ask about.
Could you tell me a little about your city?
Hikmet is the oldest city on the island. We began construction of its first buildings 15 years ago, shortly after the discovery of the island. A magnificent city, where the great minds of the time were united in a common goal. Here you could find the best doctors, the greatest engineers, and the most eminent savants. In everyone's eyes, this island has great promise, and Hikmet is the city that allows us to make good on that promise.
And what of this conflict with Thélème on Tir Frédie?
Officially, we are at war, but we have never waged war openly here. Of course, we did not rejoice when they set up camp on the Isle, and we expected the worst. But it seems that their only concern is to convert the natives into believing their ridiculous teachings. They represent no true danger to us. At least, not for the time being. And to be frank, we have plenty of other concerns that demand our attention.
I have to go. Look forward to seeing you again.
Farewell, my lord.
Alright, so we got a lead on some quests. Let's check out the journal. So we've met with the head of the Bridge Alliance. He also has a quest for us in the name of science. Let's go talk to this guy while we head out of the city. Man, it's been a little bit since I last played this game. It's I don't know. It's just one of those that it's not that I've had a problem with it or anything. It's just not been in the mood for this particular game. I don't know what it is. I was like that with the Technomancer as well. I was very much oops. Probably sorry, I'm just kind of relearning the control scheme again. Yeah, like I was saying, I not that I had an issue with the game or anything, it's just I just was not in the mood for it. Like I said, I kind of had the same sort of feelings when I was playing the Technomancer, even though in the end, I thoroughly enjoyed the game. It's just, I had to kind of play it in chunks where I'd play it for a little bit, I'd really be into it, it would kind of lose its flair to me, and then I'd go off, play something else for a little bit, and come back to it and really get into it. It's just kind of how I am with this right now. Got our nice little camp up here. Part of me wishes I had a horse.
Hello, Captain.
Your Excellency, what can I do for you?
Governor Buren has asked me to help you fight against the caravan attacks. Could you tell me precisely what's going on?
For weeks we have been harassed by the savages. They're waiting for groups of soldiers or caravans to be out of sight of the outpost and attack with incredible violence. They don't just steal goods or equipment. They kill without mercy. Only one man survived their last attack. He's here in a sorry state.
Do you think he could answer a few questions?
Yes, but take it easy on him.
I'll make sure I do, Captain.
Yeah, that means Siora, don't do that that tree thing you did on that that soldier out of that battlefield.
Hello there. My name is de Sardet. I'm the legate of the congregation. I was informed that your caravan was looted and that
Wait.
you were the sole survivor.
This guy? Oh, he looks fine.
True, Your Excellency. It was awful. All those deaths. The violence. We followed the recommended precautions to the letter, but it was useless.
How did the attack happen?
We traveled all day. We were exhausted, and night was approaching. We knew we were not very far from the outpost, but we couldn't go any further. So we camped away from the road, trying to stay out of sight. Alas, it was in vain. That's when they struck, in the middle of the night.
Were there several attackers?
I counted 5, maybe 6. But others were hiding in the woods. I'm sure of it. If they only had their usual stone weapons, we may have hoped to escape them. But their weapons were inflamed. I have never been so scared in my life.
What were you transporting?
Mostly food, but also herbs and other ingredients for scientists.
Did the attackers take it?
Everything was a blur. I don't know if they intended to steal or destroy it. Unfortunately, my companions died while trying to protect our cargo.
Are you saying that the looters started by attacking your cargo?
Yes, Your Excellency. Maybe more of us would have survived if we'd all fled.
You mentioned recommended precautions.
Yes. Since attacks occur often, we were given a number of precautions to avoid them. Do not travel at certain times. Do not camp near the road. Do not light any fires. All of it was useless. It would have been better to recruit guards to escort us.
Based on what you're saying, the attacks were very targeted. They must have a camp near the outpost to monitor the road.
But what is their goal? Why attack all the caravans along this route?
They must want to cut off the supply lines to Hikmet. We'll go to the scene of the attack. I might find something there to help track these rebels.
Well, right, but what would it's like the governor said. There's not been any direct warfare between the Bridge Alliance and Ptolemy, which makes me think, oh, so that means there's probably a lot of subterfuge, a lot of spycraft, a lot of stuff like that going on. So my guess, and this is just my guess, but my guess would be that this is Ptolemy using the villagers or using the natives as a scapegoat, and attacking.
Some distance from the road when it was attacked.
Oh, balls! Did I just get killed? I got killed. It's about right. But yeah, like I was saying, my theory is that that Ptolemy is doing this and trying to frame the natives in a way. I think that's probably the smartest way, especially if it's cutting out supply routes to Hikmet. Excuse me. If it's cutting off supplies to the city, I think that's probably a great way to wage war. And like I said, you're on a, you're foreigners on this island. It's, you've pretty much got the perfect, like I said, scapegoat. Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, I keep forgetting. I have a skill point, or yeah, skill point. Let's go rifle. Or now we can use rifles instead of pistols, even though I currently have a rifle equipped. I'm not sure why I can use it if I didn't have that skill, but whatever.
Here we are. Stay alert. The food has been destroyed. They clearly don't need it, which means that their camp should be close by. The crates are empty. Their entire contents have been destroyed. These goods were not meant to reach their destination. They must have died protecting their goods. How sad. These wounds appear to be caused by stone blades. The kind of weapons that islanders use. They acted quickly, methodically, and then left. But where are the bodies? Let's look around.
The fuck are these things? Oh, you're kidding me. Just got murdered by bat monsters. So I stand by my theory that it's not the Islanders. My guess is it's still Tlammy. You know, otherwise why destroy the cargo? You know, the Islanders probably could have made use of the food, could have made use of the supplies instead of just destroying them outright. Like, why destroy the shit if you're trying to raid caravans? Like, why cut off their supplies? It doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense.
Quickly!
Holy crap! That was a fight. You know, it's probably one of my biggest things here. Fighting the beasts in this game, fighting beasts in just about any of these games, a lot of BioWare games, have always kind of frustrated me. I don't know why, they just never feel right. You know, in a Mass Effect game, it was always, honestly, I'd just rather fight, really? And I didn't even need to come back here? I was just fighting those guys just for a chest? Oh, that kind of sucks. And I wasted way more ammo with my guns trying to keep those fuckers away from me so I could, so I wouldn't get poisoned. But, sorry, like I was saying, like, in a Mass Effect game, it's because I want to fight, you know, with my guns. You know, it's just the way I like to, you know, it's what I think of when I think Mass Effect is gun battles, not, you know, fighting little monsters on the ground. Yes, that's right, I'm talking to you at Mass Effect Andromeda. You know, when I'm playing BioWare game, I prefer to fight the human enemies. I don't know, fighting monsters in that one actually isn't awful. It's not my least, you know, it's not my favorite thing to do, but honestly, out of all the games I'm talking about, really, it's probably my favorite one to fight non-human combatants. And in this game, it's just watching them move, trying to dodge and figure out exactly how the monsters move. It's a little frustrating. Mixed with that one, it was setting us up in such a tight area to fight those things. Like I said, you know, they poison you, you're get the fuck out of the way.
Why was this man's body arranged like that? There's something in his pocket.
Crap. God damn it. God damn it. There we go. My dear, I'm afraid this trip will be my last. We were very cautious. We even ate cold food every night because lighting a fire was too dangerous, and yet I feel as if we are being observed, and I'm afraid they might attack us from one moment.
But whoever attacked him decided to drag him here and feed him to the wild beasts.
The Donea Extragau do this as a sort of scare tactic. This is a message for other merchants.
Well, but if it's a message, wouldn't you want to put him in a more clear area? Alright, so I guess it was the natives that took that are taking out these caravans. I don't know, I thought it would have been cool. It seemed like a little kind of like a spy story or something. Like I said, I thought it made perfect sense that Ptolemy would be doing this. It's like I said, I figured the natives would like the food and supplies and everything. I mean, it doesn't make sense for them to be cutting off supply lines. It makes perfect sense for Ptolemy to be doing it. And come on. Keep going after Kurt. Kurt's a nice man. Leave him alone.
Troll, we're close to the target.
I'll take all that. Oh god, one of these bat fuckers. There we go.
This obstacle was deliberately placed here. I think we're on the right track. Their camp must be nearby. We must find a way to pass.
Oh, there we go. Well, yeah, I don't think there's a way to sneak past these guys.
Things are about to get...
Finally, here's the camp of the rebel natives.
The standing men call themselves Donea Extragau. Please, let's try and talk to them. I do not want to fight with my brothers without trying to reason with them first.
I thought she was gonna say, "Hey, maybe you should put on a disguise."
Hello. Don't worry. I come in peace. I only wish to speak to your leader.
I am the leader of this camp, Renaikse. And who might you be?
My name is de Sade. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
The congregation. Are those the Lugeid Blau? The yellow eyes?
It's possible, yes. We live in the city south of the island.
That's right. We hold no grudge against your people. Talk. I'm listening.
I've come to speak to you about your attacks against all those who take the road to Hikmet.
The Lions only got what they deserve. They have captured many of our people. We must release them.
That's the price of war. If you fight, you risk men being taken prisoner.
I'm not talking about warriors, Renaikse, but villagers kidnapped in our villages. They mainly attack on Olmenawe, those carrying the mark of the bond like you. They capture them, and we never see them again. We don't know what they are doing to them, but we are going to release them.
I see. But our merchants have no role in this. They are not warriors. So why kill them?
They brought food and weapons back to our enemies. We could not let them pass. If your merchants had fled, we would not have pursued them. But they resisted, so they died. The city of Lions is no longer to receive food or weapons. Nothing.
I share your anger against the Lions, and I also hope to find our captured brothers. But the Renaigse also use floating houses to transport things. Your attacks were useless.
Listen, if what you told me is true, I fully understand why you're fighting. I'm even ready to help you clear up these disappearances, as long as you spare our merchants.
You no longer need to worry about it. That was our last attack. Our troops are ready, and soon we will make the Lion pay for the harm it has brought upon us.
What are you talking about?
Soon, the Donea Extragao will march together, and we will free our brothers.
Can you guarantee that our merchants will now be able to take this road without risking their lives?
I always keep to my word. The time for small attacks is over. Now is the time of war.
I'm afraid you're heading straight into a massacre. But since you promised me that our caravans will be spared, I have fulfilled my mission.
Go in peace. We should prepare ourselves.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, that better not be mission over. Can we go and try and stop this war that's about to go down? Alright, let's see. Okay.
I hope I will not regret letting them go. They are so full of hatred for the Alliance.
The Donea Extragao fight, as my mother did, to free our people from the Lions. And now, they are ready for a great battle. I hope they will not end up like my clan.
I have to admit that the story of this attack is concerning. We should talk to Captain Rainhild about it. We can also inform him that the convoys will now be running smoothly.
Okay, let's see what we can do about stopping this little war that's about to break out.
Hello, Captain.
Your Excellency, what can I do for you?
I managed to trace the rebels who attacked the caravans. They will no longer be a problem.
You eliminated them.
No, that's not necessary. But you must know that this group is part of a much bigger army. An army that is ready to go to war against Hikmet.
We have been at war with the rebels for a long time.
They did not speak of skirmishes, but of a pitched battle. They want to free their imprisoned comrades and will stop at nothing to do so.
This is terrible news. We must prepare the troops immediately.
Or release the prisoners.
Thank you for warning us, Your Excellency. You've given us a chance to resist their assault. I know it's not much, but I hope you'll accept this as a token of gratitude.
Thank you, Captain.
Really? That's the end of that quest? That's disappointing. I was kind of hoping that there'd be something, along the lines of, hey, we, hey, can we negotiate the release of these prisoners? Can we try and do something so we don't have to have an all-out war? Apparently not. Alright, geez, it was a long-ass time getting back here. But, or I guess not back here, but getting here full stop. But, oh yeah, I picked up, I've got some skill points to spend. Let's see here. There we go, we can use rifles. Labs application around chemical preparations on weapons, which adds effects to follow hits. Definitely, I would like anointed weapons. That sounds pretty sweet. Alright. I believe I have a talent. Yes, I do. And I think I'm going to get vigor, so now we can do stuff like balancing and stuff like that. I think that kind of fits the more roguish character that I'm playing. An outpost lieutenant here, but he's not important to us right now. San Mateus. Now, I will say, even though the actual areas that we're exploring aren't super big, I mean, not saying they're small, but, you know, I mean, I've definitely played games where I have, like, larger areas to explore. Just looking at the cities and the, you know, the architecture and everything, they are still just really fun to look at from a distance. Yeah, I kind of wish that I could explore them, but this is kind of what it felt like on the, like playing The Witcher, you know, Witcher 3, where you're staying outside of Vizima, you know, like the big cities. It wasn't Vizima. Oh my god, why do I always forget the name of the city in, Velen? Either way. But it's like standing outside that city, seeing all the big architecture and everything. And I also like how the architecture here is different than in Hikmet, which is different than in New Serene. It adds something to the world. I really do like what they've created here.
In the name of the Enlightened One, present yourself.
Sir de Sardet, emissary of the Congregation of Merchants on Tirfredi. I have come to present my regards to your governor.
We have been expecting your visit, Your Excellency. Welcome. May he light your way.
Thank you. It's a little creepy, but thank you. Alright, let's see what the governor needs. Is this our, No, that is not our house. Okay. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's where it is. Yeah, like I said, it's a very different looking city. Almost looks like something that I'd see in Bloodborne. Okay, so apparently that's not the building I need to go to. Part of me would prefer a mini-map as opposed to just a compass. Or compass, depending on how you prefer to pronounce that word. I prefer compass, but whatever. And I also think that's a little fucked up.
Do you renounce your gods? Answer me.
Why? Why are you doing this?
I'm not a fan of Ptolemy, not gonna lie. Bridge Alliance isn't great, but
Behold your so-called
I'll take them over religious zealots.
demons. They burn. They are nothing.
Yeah, they burn because you lit it on fire.
You shed tears for this creature while your heart should be full of joy. Welcoming the light.
Look at that lady just walks around.
Embrace the true faith.
You are mad.
Renounce your God!
Yeah, choking him to death. That's gonna... Fantastic.
Inquisitor?
You! Stop where you are. The pagan stink of these soulless natives taints you. You bring demon-spawned barbarians through our gates.
This man just killed some helpless soul in front of our eyes, and he calls us barbarians.
Well, weren't you looking at the... Oh, is she talking about the monster or the guy this guy just choked out?
I'm the Inquisitor Aloysius.
That's a...
You will be going
Okay.
nowhere.
It's a name.
Answer answers give me satisfaction.
How about fuck you? That's my answer.
That the god of light is the one and only god.
Don't tell me that you are going to humor this crazed assassin.
If I want to complete my mission, I believe I have no other choice.
Damn it, if only I had better charisma. But
Diplomacy
take a shot.
to you of little import, but I doubt that your governor will be of a similar opinion. Aggression towards an emissary of another nation is an error that could lead to war.
Your attempts to
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
speak for themselves. Answer my question.
Fine, fuck off.
I'm not a believer. What are you going to do now? Burn me at the stake?
Your very presence in our holy city is outrageous blasphemy. May he guide my hand. Enough! This time brute force has prevailed, but the light always triumphs in the end. I will not forget our encounter, and I am certain that we shall meet again.
Oh no, my reputation with Ptolemy has fallen. Like I said, this is about the one faction that I'm not a big fan of. Well, at the same time, I feel like all the factions are kind of assholes.
Young man. Pardon me. Are you not part of the new governor's entourage?
I'm his cousin, and I'm accompanying him on his mission to Tir-Fredi. What can I do for you, Father?
Bishop Petrus. How divinely fortunate this is. Did you know that I had the honor of meeting you at your uncle's court when you were a child? I would never have imagined that you would grow up to resemble the island natives so closely.
The island was yet to be discovered. How could you have known?
You haven't lost your clever little tongue. You were always quite a remarkable young boy. I'm on my way to New Serene as an ambassador to the new governor. Do you think there would be room for me to accompany you? The roads are not truly safe.
I must first meet the Mother Cardinal to present my respects on behalf of my cousin.
I will accompany you, and then we can take the road together. I'm so happy our paths have crossed once again.
Part of him just doesn't sit right with me. Feels kind of slimy.
Your Eminence, in the name of the Congregation of Merchants, I present my best regards.
May the light bless you and accompany you on these grounds with inspired guidance.
I thank you. We truly wish that this visit will strengthen the ties between our two nations.
I learned that you crossed paths with that of Inquisitor Aloysius. I'm extremely sorry that this visit took a violent turn. Aloysius's faith is sometimes too absolute. I hope
Okay,
that you have it
at least they're going to show us there's some moderates.
and forgive his zeal.
Another subject brings me as well. The Malachor. The horrible blood plague decimating our peoples.
A terrible matter that worries us all and reveals our imperfections and sinful nature. For he would never have allowed such an evil to spread without a deeper reason, a fault. Our theologians are certain that the Malachor is the work of a curse, and we have to
You're theologians, really?
It is home to a cult that venerates willfully a horrifying demon.
A demon? An evil spirit? It's very strange. Oh, I know no planet worships this sort of troubled spirit.
We must unearth this cult and tear it out by its sinister, sinful roots. We started to investigate a village not far from here, where strange happenings have been reported.
I have begun investigations, and I confirm that a demon is certainly active in the area.
Alas, the population is very secretive, and we have great difficulty gleaning any useful information. But if the congregation would help us in this matter, in other words, if the Malachor troubles your cousin as much as myself, report to His Majesty that the destruction of this pagan cult is the only way to eradicate the plague, and his help in obtaining any information from the natives would be extremely welcomed.
Be certain that your message will be transmitted, Mother Cardinal. I look forward to our next encounter.
Alright, looks like, I think Petrus and Siora would be an interesting little combo.
Your Eminence, I salute you.
Sir de Sardet.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Tell me about San Mateus.
It is still a new city, of course, but it is already the beacon of faith in Tir Fredi. Many Thélème settlers gathered there to walk in the footsteps of our prophet, including, of course, many missionaries and inquisitors, the conversion of the island population being our main concern.
Who are the missionaries?
It is an order that aims to convert people. You must have met some of its followers in Serene. Most of them leave the comfort of Thélème to visit other countries, to spread the good word. This once relatively minor order has become quite significant in recent years.
What are you, Jehovah's Witnesses?
Itself in politics in the highest positions of our nation.
If you're a Jehovah's Witness and are offended by that joke, I mean nothing against your religion. Just stop knocking on my door is all I'm asking.
What can you tell me about the Ordo Luminus?
This is our Order of Inquisitors. Its members are associated with a very pure version of our faith. They are in charge of tracking down heresies and ungodly cults, and accomplish their tasks with zeal.
Ah, so zealots.
This island and island magic is obviously a real challenge for them, which sometimes leads them to behave a little out of passion, as you have seen.
So, crazy. Great.
You seem to know Father Petrus well. What can you tell me about him?
Is he standing right next to me?
You so much that you do not dare question me directly, my child.
Maybe the fact that you're calling me my child, it's a little freaky.
Legate probably wants an outside opinion on the person accompanying him. In response to your questions, Your Excellency, Petrus belongs to the Order of the Missionaries. He spent many years in different countries bringing the light. He is a shrewd diplomat and a devious politician. But I'm sure you would appreciate his services.
Alright, well, that looks like everything.
Your Excellency.
Sooner or later, I'm going to have a little conversation with all my companions, because I think Kurt's got a mission, Vasco wants to continue his quest chain. It just really seems like those, the quest chains for your companions, really, they pop up really quickly. Because I thought it would be a little bit before Vasco's pops back up, but we're going to kind of fast travel back over to... Oh my god, why can't I think? Back over to New Serene, so Petrus can talk to Constantine, and I can tell him about our little diplomatic greeting, so to speak. Okay, let's see what Constantine... it always throws me off. There's no E at the end of his name, so can never tell if it's Constantine or... I'm pretty sure it's Constantine, and I'm just overthinking it, but, that's kind of what I do. I also think this kid is really dumb and probably shouldn't be the governor, but whatever.
Cousin! You have returned to me. Your absence was sorely felt.
We don't appear to be in top form. Are house intrigues keeping you from finding proper sleep?
No, nothing to bring me nightmares as of yet. I'm blaming it on the change of diet. Now, tell me what adventures you've been up to.
Who wants to bet he has the plague?
I grow behind these walls.
I would like, if you would allow me the honor, to introduce Bishop Petrus, emissary of Thélème.
Your Highness, may the light warm you in its holy embrace.
Enchanted to meet you, my father.
I've come here to present respects from Thélème, and best wishes from the Mother Cardinal.
She has my most sincere thanks. But before speaking further, I would like to discuss matters with my cousin, if you would be so kind.
Any news of your parents?
No. With the time it takes to travel to the continent, it's not surprising. But I don't miss them. My father's next letter will certainly be full of his usual disdain. As for my mother, you know her. She's probably too busy planning her next assassination to have noticed my absence.
Any news of your parents?
No. My father's... As for my mother, she's probably too...
What's going on with your mother there? Saying, planning her next assassination. Like, what, is she the spy master?
I've been to the neighboring cities as you asked of me.
Tell me then, was your journey adventurous?
Well, I was able to gain audience with the governors, give them your regards, and glean some information. The Bridge Alliance believes that a remedy could possibly be found by studying the local flora. They are quite motivated, but their research expedition has gone missing and there is no sign of life. And since they themselves are under constant attack, they cannot spare a rescue party to investigate. The Mother Cardinal, in her opinion, believes the Malachor to be a result of a curse.
A curse cast by a demon. An evil creature worshipped by a cult of island natives. If you would allow me to second the request of our Mother Cardinal, we are in dire need of your help. Our inquisitors are hardly diplomats and... But I should let you finish, my son.
They have started their investigations in a village where strange events have been taking place, but they're unable to get to the bottom of it. The population keeps its secrets, and Thélème hopes that we might help them learn more about the cult.
This is all extremely interesting. You have lived up to my expectations, as always. That said, we find ourselves between the rock and the hard place. The bridge is already in open conflict with the island natives. Thélème and their inquisitors... We're going to have to tread on eggshells, but let's follow all the clues to their mysteries. We need to help them continue their investigations. Perhaps one will lead us to something useful.
I don't have a lot of men, as well you know, and since I only trust you among them, take Kurt and any others that seem useful. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you.
If you would allow me, Your Highness, I would be honored to assist your cousin on his investigation.
I love his voice.
You could start by indicating the precise location of your nasty village.
Of course, Your Highness. I should have thought of that sooner. Allow me to mark the location on your map, my son.
Thank you. Have no fear, Constantine.
No, Constantine. Yeah.
Anything else?
I was right.
We were not able, alas, to stop the clash between the forces of the Alliance and Siora's clan. We arrived at the village and the battlefield too late. The Queen fell.
I'm extremely sorry for your loss, Princess.
Thank you. My sister survived, fortunately, and we are recovering from this tragedy together. But our clan was extremely weakened by this battle and by recent events.
We shall keep a close eye on the Bridge Alliance and their undertakings. Rest assured.
You should know that the battle took place in the middle of ancient ruins. The ruins were quite strange. We discovered a fresco that I'm certain was crafted by continental hands.
Really? And how ancient are these ruins? Could they date back to the first landings of the Bridge Alliance?
They date much farther back than their arrival would explain. My mother and my grandmother have always known them.
Siora told me of a legend that spoke of them, about a people from the sea that were vanquished there.
Do you think it was the Nords?
It is not our custom to found a landlocked settlement. We have our islands, and it is enough for us.
If they are ancient, perhaps your people once practiced older customs. This story is troubling, but it reminds me of something that I once read in the reports of Lady Morange. You should go and find her. Perhaps she could tell us more about them.
Very well.
Anything else?
No, I think that's everything. Yeah.
I'm going to leave now. Goodbye, Constantine.
Look out for yourself.
I don't know why Constantine is just hard for me to say. Constantine, Diplomatic Affairs Advisor. Oh, he's downstairs. All right. Well, there we go. Our little diplomatic mission. That was all fun. All right. So we need to keep hunting for the Malachor, or the ancient secret. Which, you know what? I think we might actually continue on with that in the next video. Mostly because we're already here in New Serene, and I'm curious about the whole city, because it could explain why we have the mark of the natives, because I've been trying to figure that one out for a little bit, and I think that's going to be an interesting storyline before we start helping the bridge in Ptolemy. But either way, that's going to be for the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, Facebook, Twitter, the website, Minds.com. Links to that stuff is down in the description below. Please remember to like, comment if you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more next time. But until then, my name's AJ Gels, and this is That Gaming Channel. I'm out.